Okay, so this problem is called filter out strings from an array. So we're going to have to create a function that takes a list of non-negative integers and strings and returns a new list without the strings. So it's going to take a list, for example, 1, 2, A, B, and just return 1, 2. And 0 is a non-negative integer. Now pause the video and see if you can solve this problem yourself, or just if you can make a start on this problem. Now I'm going to start by drawing out some basic logic of what I'm going to do. Well, first we should create a variable called newList and set it to empty. First, because we're going to actually append items into this list that are integers, and we're going to do that by looping through every item in the list that we get as an argument in the function. And then for that we're going to check if it's an integer, and if it is an integer we're going to append it to the list. And then this newList variable is going to get new values every time this runs. If the item happens to be an integer, this will get a new value. And then at the end we're just going to return the new list. So let's try and code this out. Let's go into the code tab. Function's called filterList and the argument is called LST. So let's first make the new variable called newList. newList, and then set it equal to empty for now, and then for item in LST, and you can call this item, you can call it whatever you want, you can call it I or X, that's the convention, but I think it's good to be descriptive with what you call it so you don't get confused later on. So then we're going to check if the item is an integer, and we do that by doing if type item is equal to int, and if it is an integer we're going to append it to the new list. So new list dot append item, and then return that new list. Let's try and run this code on an online compiler. So let's just paste in the code here and let's try running it. Oh, first we have to call the function, and then, well, first we have to actually print the function. So it actually prints what is returned and not just executes it without printing it. So for the list we're just going to use one of the examples the challenge gave us. So this right here, we'll put this as the argument, and it should return 1, 2, and it does. So let's check our code over here on eDabit, and it's correct. Now I want you to make a function which returns the number of vowels contained in a string. So it would take celebration, for example, as an argument and return 5, which is the amount of vowels there are in that string. I will discuss this problem in my next video. If you want to, you can share your code down in the comments or any questions that you may have about this problem.